Well, hello everyone. Zach Poff here on MaxPreps.com, and it is finally playoff time in the Golden State. And with that, we're going to take a look at the Pac-5 bracket, maybe the toughest postseason bracket in the country. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our Southern California football editor, Leland Gordon, to break it down. Now, Leland, let's jump right into it. St. John Bosco, the defending CIF Open Division champs, and they're the #1 seed in the Pac-5, who are a couple teams, though, that could potentially pull off the upset against St. John Bosco.
Well, if there is a team that can do it, which I don't know if there is, it would probably be J. Sarah Catholic or Corona Centennial. With J. Sarah, they're playoff newcomers, but they gave Bosco just about all they could handle. It was a 49-44 game, and J. Sarah actually led at halftime. Then you have Corona Centennial, and Bosco was the team that beat them in the Open Division Regional Bowl last season. And when you look at a common opponent, Corona Centennial absolutely blew it against Bishop Gorman. They lost by 1, and they probably should have won the game. And then you look at Bosco, and they lost by 3 to Gorman. So pretty equal there. Centennial and J. Sarah are on the opposite side of the bracket from St. John Bosco. So if we did see Bosco play one of those teams, it would be in the title game at Angel Stadium.
And Leland, speaking of Corona Centennial, they have a very tough opening round game against Sarah. Also, you've got Travis Waller in a tough game with Servite taking on Long Beach Poly, Westlake and Mater Dei. This is just absolutely crazy, all the legit matchups. But Leland, I'm putting you on the spot. If you had to pick one game to watch, which game are you tuning into?
Zach, you can't put me on the spot like that. Okay, the Pac-5, what's so cool about it is there's so many great games. So I've got 3 here. I'm breaking the rules here. Now, if you want the revenge factor, you're going to go see Mater Dei at Westlake because they played earlier this season and it came down to the last second. If you want to see a game with big-time state bowl resumes, then you're going to watch Sarah at Centennial. But I've got a hunch that Santa Margarita at Crespi is going to come down to the wire. Now, this is just a hunch. I don't have a whole lot to back it up, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Santa Margarita at Crespi is the game I want to see because I think it's going to come down to the last play.
And Leland, your hunches are usually right on the money. I remember you telling me before the playoffs started in baseball, watch out for the San Francisco Giants. 3rd championship in 5 years. You called that one. Now, looking at J. Sarah Catholic, this is really the Cinderella story, maybe in the entire country. 8-1 this year, only 1 loss in the Trinity League. And do you think their playoff magic might continue here in the Pac-5 first-round matchup for them?
Well, Zach, don't sell them short. They were 9-1, but I love their matchups in the first 2 rounds. And I think that this season their track record has shown that they're not just riding their offense or riding their defense. They play a very well-balanced game, and I think that's going to help. But deeper into the playoffs, eventually they're going to get into a shootout, and I just don't know if they can win a shootout against a major offensive team. I don't see them winning it all, but I do see J. Sarah probably winning 2 playoff games, and that's just awesome for this program.
And Leland, I got to get you out on this. Who you taking to win the Pac-5 championship this year? You think Bosco is going to repeat?
I do. I think that until a team from Southern California beats them, you stick with the Braves. And they've done this before. I mean, last season, everybody in the country was watching them, and some people were saying they were the best team ever from Southern California. So they've handled the pressure before. They know what to expect to this playoff run. They've got a pretty good bracket up top there. So I don't think the bright lights are going to scare them, and I think Jason Negro takes his boys back to the Open Division State Bowl.
And Leland, I hate to say this, but I got to agree with the Giants fan here. I think St. John Bosco is going to win the Pac-5 for the 2nd consecutive year. And Leland, thanks for your time and for the great analysis. I'm Zach Poff here on MaxPreps.com, America's source for high school sports.